Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, scholars and dignitaries, welcome to another episode. Welcome to my world. So, did your mother ever say to you, hey, say that word again and I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap? Well, maybe she was right. More and more, society has been getting rude and crude, crass and vulgar, and even offensive. Just turn on the television and watch any comedy show or evening drama, or listen to some of the new music, or better yet, take a walk downtown, or go to a bar and listen, or go to a school and listen. Profanities become the new language in America. Nearly one-third of all U.S. men say the F word at least a few times a week, and although it offends them, 23% of women also drop the F bomb at least once a week. Among both genders, the F word, the most formidable of all curse words, 8% confess that they say it several times a day, and 15% reserve it for use only a few times a year. Profanity, cussing, cursing, swearing, vulgarity, they all have one thing in common. They are abusive words that belong to the wrong family of grammar. There was a program executive I knew, generally a very nice person, generally ethical, and generally had the respect of her company. But she had one noticeable problem that would constantly make people talk about her and also shun her. When she got irritated, she would get frustrated and immediately launch into a tirade of profanity. It came to the point where it happened with more and more regularity, almost until it became an automatic response, no longer reserved for just when she was furious or outraged, but more and more it just became a part of her normal speech. Like any compulsion, it grows. Finally, after one such incident where she actually confronted a client in a very poor exchange, and to be honest, over a mere incidental item, her mean-spirited manner and her vulgarity went over the line. Well, the client pressed charges of harassment with the police, and she was suspended from her position. And after discussion with her CEO, she decided to leave her position. She had been told time and again by friends and family and her employees to watch her language, that it would get her into trouble. And it did on more than one occasion, but this time it was serious trouble. Your speech, the language and words you choose, can either help improve or destroy relationships. You know, the right words at the right time can help to form good and sound relationships, but the wrong words at the wrong time can do great damage to all your relationships, to your reputation itself, and even to your future opportunities in love, work, and society. Opportunities abound throughout our life, but they are much more limited when we close the door to them through our thoughts, our actions, and our words. And of course, your language can be very offensive to people, and even when you don't consciously mean it. And the unconscious use of profanity or vulgarity at the wrong time can easily bring about damage you don't mean to do or will truly regret later. Even if you cannot control the thought, you can certainly control the tongue. People use profanity for different reasons. They really do. Sometimes it's for an accent, for a particular phrase or a particular feeling. They believe it gives more importance to it. Others swear because they think it's neat and adult-like, which it isn't. Some think it's funny to swear. Others think it's mature. Some think it's adult, and they are all wrong. At the very least, swearing is offensive to most. It's insulting to even more, and it's vulgar to everyone. In reality, profanity is, well, just vulgar and is more reflective of the character of the person than it is impressive of what's being said. And swearing itself is abusive. It provokes anger and even rage. It provokes defensiveness and even offensiveness instead of helping others understand your feelings, and it causes or increases stress and tension both in self and in relationships. And there's a difference between swearing and cursing. If you curse at another person, you're really trying to invoke a spirit to try to inflict suffering. Sometimes people don't fully realize that, but a curse is more than just profanity. It is a declaration to bring adversity or misfortune on someone. But remember, in the world of the occult, it's known that many times curses have rebounded and brought bad luck, or worse, upon the cursor himself or herself. Of all types of profanity, cursing itself, invoking a curse upon another person, is the worst. People say to watch out, that your words can come back to bite you. But if you actually curse someone else, you better watch out because those words can come back to haunt you. So, what can you do to control it? Well, first, as your mother used to say, watch your mouth. You always need to be conscious of your words and to recognize just how much damage they can do. Profanity isn't funny. It doesn't just express feelings, it inflames them. It can easily offend and hurt others. And instead of earning respect, it damages your reputation and your character. And it can drive people away from you and keep otherwise good friendships at a distance and affect present and future job opportunities. Second, little habits grow into big ones, even into compulsions. So stop the casual swearing, the little things that you have more control over. Find better alternatives to express how you feel, or even more passionate wording as appropriate, but without the vulgarity. Third, think before you speak. Try to think of a way to make a point politely. That may also mean using a tone which isn't offensive as well as a word or phrase. Take time to think it through so the other person might appreciate the reply instead of feeling belittled or attacked. If you want to be taken seriously, then perhaps a mature statement may be a more convincing manner. Fourth, be patient. Take time to decompress. Think positively. Understand that we live in an imperfect world with daily challenges, disappointments, and aggravations. Swearing isn't going to change that, but a positive, deliberate attitude of respect for others will definitely guide the right path. And fifth, develop your own comebacks, slogans, and sayings. And remember, a funny remark often de escalates a sometimes tense moment. Find a few powerful or even funny words and get in the habit of substituting them for swear words. For example, you might say, son of a gun. It's a remark in an acceptable and light-hearted manner, and everyone would automatically lighten up. Strive not to be offensive and to think, plan, control, and time what you're about to say and how you say it. Control is the operative term that helps you think before you speak to make a point as politely as possible. And always think about what you did say, reflect on it, and if it was rude or had a negative impact, apologize. And think about how you could rephrase it for the next time. Eventually, one does learn a new and more appropriate way to speak and to share feelings and difficulties. And one surprising result is that others tend to see you, address you, and accept you in a whole different manner. Be careful of your words, for they become your thoughts. Be careful of your thoughts, for they become your actions. Be careful of your actions, for they become your character. Be careful of your character, for it becomes your destiny. To be on the safe side, stop using profanity altogether. It really doesn't suit you. And hey, be safe, be well, and God bless.